Good morning, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Friday, May 7th, and it's going to be pretty showery through the weekend. Things are getting a little better in shape, and that means we can fine tune things a little bit. And it looks like maybe Sunday might be the least showery day, but still, some folks will see some precipitation on Sunday as well. But it's going to be showers with a few thunderstorms all the way through Monday. It does look cooler than what it has been, so there will be some snow in the mountains. Now, we do have some dry air working in and around this low, and this is typical of these types of storms. You get these little pockets of drier air, and they sometimes can cut off precipitation. And a lot of times we don't see those until just, maybe 6 to 12 hours before we need to make an updated forecast. So there's going to be still some changes with this forecast as we go through the weekend. So some uncertainty still remains in some respects with this storm. Now, for this morning, you can see the satellite loop with a big band of moisture moving into western and central Idaho. That's the initial push with this storm. That will continue to push eastward today. This area of low pressure eventually settles in over Montana and northern Idaho, and then eventually by Sunday and Monday develops a pretty large area of low pressure that sets its foot in the ground for maybe about 24 hours before it shifts east on Tuesday. Now, here's our weather and impacts outlook. We have minor impacts over most areas, and that's because potential for today, we're not necessarily talking a lot about a lot of precipitation. Some of these storms are going to be producing gusty winds, and those gusty winds can be at times 35 miles per hour or higher. For the Snake Plain, we do have a lake wind advisory in effect for American Falls Reservoir, and also outside of the showers, it's going to be pretty breezy this afternoon, so we're not going to rule out the potential of some major blowing dust issues north of Idaho Falls for today. This is the type of southwest wind that causes some issues there along I-15. Therefore, we've pushed the moderate impact level to moderate for most of the Snake Plain for today. But you'll notice as we go into Saturday, we start to have showers, and we're paring down where we're seeing more of the impacts. It looks like now mainly up into the Lemhi County portions of the eastern highlands, also in the Lost River area. If you're going up towards as high as Mount Bora, there'll be some snow there. And then for tomorrow, any thunderstorm activity really is going to be up around, I'd say, Island Park, maybe down towards Bear Lake, and also in the upper part of the Snake Plain. The only place we might see a few storms on Sunday is going to be across portions of Lemhi County, and then looks like a better chance of storms on Monday. The system moves east on Tuesday, so really any threat's going to be along the Montana and Wyoming borders, maybe a few showers up around Lemhi County and also up towards Mackay as well. So let's take a little better look at what's going to happen for today. You can see the band of showers moving through. I don't think we'll see any decent risk of thunderstorms until this afternoon, but we can't rule out a lightning strike or two for this morning. As we go through the day, you'll notice this slowly shifts to the east, and we start to see things intensify during the afternoon hours. And here we are right around 5 or 6 o'clock, that main band pushing through the Snake Plain, the I-15 corridor into the eastern highlands. Like I said, there'll be some storms around producing some gusty winds. There might even be just enough instability for a severe thunderstorm up around Island Park and certainly on into portions of southwestern Montana. Not a big threat of severe weather, but a few severe storms are certainly not out of the question with that high wind threat coming with that risk. Going through the rest of the evening, you'll notice that band shifts to the east. And as we go into tonight and tomorrow, a few lingering showers overnight in the eastern highlands. Most of the activity centered along and north of the Montana-Idaho border. As we go into tomorrow morning, we start to see things letting up a little bit. I think we'll still see a few showers around. Sometimes the models think things will be too stable, not producing a lot of precipitation, a lot of showers. But I would not be shocked to see a few showers lingering overnight, more than what we're showing here on this forecast. As we go into tomorrow, showers continuing to redevelop with the afternoon, and you can see a band developing across the eastern highlands and up in the upper part of the plain. Looks like a little convergence of event trying to develop, and that'll shift southward during the day tomorrow. And like I said, any threat of thunderstorms will probably be closer to the Montana-Idaho border. It's not going to be a big risk of a thunderstorm for tomorrow as well. We go into Saturday night and early Sunday morning. This is where we're thinking maybe we're going to see a break. I can't rule out a shower or two hanging around late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, but I think we're going to see a lull in the action until we get into later Sunday, and certainly as we get into Monday. So we talked about it going to be windy today, and the winds will be ramping up not too long after sunrise. Mid to late morning temperatures, winds picking up about 25 to 35 miles per hour. Here we go in the afternoon. Across the Magic Valley, wind gusts 30 to 35, maybe to 40, but 40 plus once you get into portions of the Snake Plain, the Arco Desert, and that's where we're talking about that risk of blowing dust north of Idaho Falls for today. It'll be breezy elsewhere, but the strongest winds will be across from the Treasure Valley all the way up into the Magic Valley and the Snake Plain. And those winds will continue into the evening, but you'll notice as the pattern sags a little closer southward, the winds let up a little bit, and they also push a bit farther south into the South Hills, also down towards Malad and Preston and our side of the Cache Valley, but still some gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. Temperatures today, we're going to see it a little bit warmer over eastern areas because that's where it's going to take a little longer for that band of showers and thunderstorms to reach today. Farther west, it'll be cooler, 58 in Stanley, only in the low to mid-60s in the Magic Valley into the Treasure Valley. Low 70s once you get to around the I-15 corridor down towards Malad and Preston, and it'll be into the mid-70s this afternoon. For today, not a lot of precipitation expected. A few pockets, especially in the mountains, where we might see around a tenth of an inch. Also maybe down towards the Bear Lake area, but no major precipitation impacts expected for today. And like I said, temperatures will be getting cooler with that band coming through, so we'll start to see some snow in the higher elevations, generally an inch or less. We might see a few spots over an inch, but this is going to be wet snow, and I imagine during the day a lot of this is not really going to be sticking. Now, for tomorrow morning, it's going to be chilly. It's going to be in the mid-30s over much of the Snake Plain, Magic Valley, into the Treasure Valley, also the lower elevations heading towards Utah. Island Park in the mid-20s. We're going to be right around 19 to 20 in Stanley, so definitely cooler. We're in our cool spots this time of year. We would typically see those type of conditions. Winds continuing overnight across much of the Snake Plain, about 30 to 40 miles per hour at times. They do let up again in the morning. I think what's going to happen after midnight, it looks like we're going to have a push, kind of a cold front push, a secondary push of a cold front coming through, and that's why the winds are going to kind of stay elevated, maybe peak a little bit higher for a couple of hours late tonight, early tomorrow morning. And then as we go into tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see those winds continuing across portions of the lower Snake Plain into the Magic Valley, again, gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. And those winds continue in similar areas, but they'll really start dropping off going into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Highs tomorrow, much cooler, below normal. In some cases, we're probably running about 10 degrees below normal. Not getting out of the 50s in the lower elevations. If you're heading up into the high country, it's going to be in the 20s and 30s, so be prepared if you're heading to the mountains for this weekend. Temperatures dropping off a degree or two for Sunday morning. A few spots, even across the Snake Plain, maybe seeing some frost, maybe a bit of a freeze, as the winds will be a little bit gusty, but not as strong as they'll have been this morning and tomorrow morning as well. And on Sunday, we do warm up a degree or two across the board, but still below normal temperatures. Monday, temperatures in the morning will be warming. In the afternoon, we're going to be a little bit warmer, although still running below normal. I'd say if you want to compare Sunday to Monday, we're probably talking about on the order of 2 to 4 degrees at most between those 2 days. And then Tuesday, we're going to start to warm up as that storm moves to the east, and it might be pushing back in the 65 to 70 degree range once you get from Pocatello back to the west towards Shoshone, Jerome, and especially back towards Mountain Home and Glens Ferry. And just kind of aggregating the precipitation for Saturday through Monday, still not a lot of precipitation, and this could easily change. You get some heavier showers than we're currently forecasting. Some of these amounts could easily be over a tenth, especially in the mountains, but we're not looking at any major precipitation issues again with this storm. It's just going to be cooler. We've been warm. It's still May, so we can definitely be cooler here in eastern and central Idaho. And for the mountains, an inch or two in some places for the higher elevations, especially over into the Tetons and also up around Island Park, up towards Targhee Pass, Reynolds Pass, and also up to areas east of Monida Pass, and maybe an inch or two in some of the higher spots in the central mountains as well. So like I said, it's going to be pretty showery with a few storms all the way through Monday. Definitely colder weather, so there'll be some snow in the mountains. And we're going to have to watch this day to day to see where some of these dry pockets, these dry slots move in with this low developing over the area. And that's going to determine where it's going to be relatively dry for a given day and where it may be a little more rainy and snowy on that day as well. That's why there's still some uncertainty, even though we're starting to hone in on a low setting over Sunday and Monday. So everyone have a great day, have a great weekend, and do stay safe out there.